Today we're going to be taking a look at a 704 gear Urban Ranger version 2, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors. Welcome back everybody, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. First off, I'd like to thank 704 Gear for sending this out to the channel for us to try out. If you guys didn't know, I originally did the version 1 of this knife. I'll leave a card up above for you guys to check that one out. So when he came out with the version 2, I wanted to get my hands on it and see what was all different on that. What we're going to do in this video is I'm going to take you over to the table, and then I'm going to show you everything it comes with. Then I will show you the version 1 versus the version 2. And then we're going to do my testing on it and see how it does. And I'll give you my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, now we're at the table here. Let's pop this open and see what all it comes with. Right here, you get this very nice case right here. As I'll say in every video of every knife I do that comes with these though, I never use them. Usually I toss them. To me, I'd rather have a few dollars saved on the total price than to have this. Leave a comment down below your thoughts on that. That's just mine. When I get a knife, I like using it. Something like this I really don't care about. Now you open it up here. We have the actual knife right here. Very nice, very nice. We have our cleaning cloth. Then we have a sticker. And the one thing I do like about the 704 Gear, they have a lifetime warranty on their stuff. I really appreciate that something in this price range comes with that kind of warranty. That is very nice. And then of course you got your couple of different stickers here they give you. That's everything that comes with it. Let's take a quick look at this right here. See if we can find any imperfections in it. Don't look like there is any imperfections at all. Let's take a look at this blade here. I'm just going to pop it out real quick so we can look at it. Don't see really nothing wrong with it. It looks like it is very nicely done, just like all the other knives I've done from them. Let's go ahead and go over some of the features about this. The 704 Gear Urban Ranger V2 comes with a drop point blade. That blade is made of 14C28N. It comes with Ambi Thumbstuds, and the blade's total length is 3.74 inches. The grips on these come with two different options. I got the G10 grips here, but they also have an option for micarta. Another great thing is this has a reversible pocket clip. That way it works for left and right-handed use. Now I want to show you the difference between V1 and V2 here. Right here we got the version 1. And the first thing that's noticeable on this one right here is a flipper. And it does have the ball bearing to make it shut and flip it right open here. The other thing about the blade on this one is a D2 steel blade. And it has a liner lock on it. So that's version 1 right there. Now I'm going to put this back up here. We're going to grab the version 2. And the obvious thing right now you can see here, this has the lock right here. That what most people call the crossbar or access lock. And it has thumb studs. So to release that, you got to pull back on the locks. This one seems a little bit stiffer than the other one. But once again, that one's already been through a 1-month test and has been used. This one isn't. But this one's got the thumb studs on it. You can see, you could flip them open real well. This one, it moves good until it gets down to that part. But that is the main difference on this one is you got the thumb studs, you got the crossbar lock, and the blade on this one is made of the 14C28N, as you can see there. So those are the main differences between these. The grips are both the same, G10 on these, and they both had the reversible belt clip on them. You can see the belt clip on this is well used because it's been through 1 month. I've actually bent it and bent it back, and it still is very strong on that. Let's try it out on this new one here. Get the blade closed for safety. Yep, this one is definitely brand new and a lot stiffer because it hasn't been bent yet. Just want to show you guys the difference in the curvature there. Maybe you guys could see that where I had to bend it back. But that's not the knife's fault. That's just me that had caught it on something. So those are the big differences. Let's get to testing. Now in case you don't follow the channel, what I like doing for testing is I like doing paper first to see how sharp that edge is. Then I like doing cardboard, paracord, and rope. To me, for a pocket knife, these things right here are going to be the most commonly used for a pocket knife, so that's what I like running my testing with. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing we are going to do is we're going to test it out on paper here, and I always tell everybody, I am not the best paper cutter in the world, but if you got a sharp knife, that makes it go a lot easier. So I'm going to get this right here at the very back of it, and you can see it went through just like butter. Very nice sharp blade on this. I can put an arch to it, get it going here. That was me being bad on that. But you can see this thing is cutting very good once I get it started. Nice movement on there. Very nice and sharp, and I can sit there and I can get it to curve when I want to. Put a nice curve in that. So for the paper test, very nice, very nice. Let's move on to cardboard. Now we got our piece of cardboard here, and I know a lot of people work with cardboard, so they want a knife that can cut good with that. So let's see how this does with cardboard. Just like the paper, just like butter, has absolutely no issue cutting through this cardboard. Very nice, very nice. Looks like I can make quick work of this with no problem at all. Let's move on to the next test. Alright, now we got the paracord here, so we're going to try this out. Once again, we just fold this over like we normally do. I'm going to put it right to the back of the blade and see how far it moves to cut it. And you can see right there, it just barely moved and went down the blade. Cut that with absolutely no issue. So now we're going to fold it in half. And we are going to go to the middle of the blade. See, it went through that with no issue. Same thing with this one. We'll go right back to the middle of the blade. Make sure I can hold on to it tight here. Get right in the middle. You can see it is cutting through with no issue on that. So now let's try the tip out. I cut these kind of small. Smaller than I normally do, so the tip might not go as good as I want it. Let's try there. Yep, it went right through that one. Try it one more time. See if we can get a good cut on here. Alright, no problem with that at all. I like doing this just to check the sharpness out on different parts of the blade. And it's going through these with no issue at all. Really liking it so far. So far it's done pretty good right out of the box. Alright, let's move on to the rope. Alright, now we got our piece of rope here. This is cut a little bit longer, just so I could grab it a little bit better when we get down to the other parts of it. So once again, I want to come right back here. No issue at all on the back of the blade. Fold it over and go to the center of the blade. Cutting that with no issue at all. So far, these 704 gear knives, all the ones I've tested so far, have been very sharp out of the box. And you can see that one, I kind of went a little bit slower on it, but it worked perfectly fine. Now we'll do the tip test here with the rope, see if I can get a hold of it good enough. Oops, hit the camera. Well, there you go, you see I did that. Get the camera moved back over here. I gotta find a better way to do my camera with doing this, but I am actually reaching around my tripod to do this, but hey, you work with what you got. Did that one with no issue. So far, I am very pleased with this blade on here. Let's try it one more time. Nice. Pull it apart to make sure it did it. It did. Very nice, very nice. One last piece on the tip right here. Alright. So, let's go back to the paper and see how it held up. Alright, you can see this is the piece of paper that we did earlier. Nothing fancy here, just trying to see if it's still sharp. And it looks like, if I can get the paper not to bend, this thing is very sharp after testing, which I would hope it would be. Oop, that was me, I shouldn't have done that. There we go. But after this amount of testing, it should be very sharp. That wasn't a very hard test at all for a first test. What the real test is going to be is how it's going to do after 1 month. So one more satisfying cut here, because that's just satisfying. Alright. let's go ahead and I'll tell you a little bit more about the knife up on top and give you my final thoughts. Now let me tell you something about this knife that I really like about it. I really like the way they do the pocket clips on here. Makes it for a deep carry. And the screws are flush on it. Really like that about it. And the axis lock, I've got axis lock knives or crossbar locks, however you want to say it. They are nice. I prefer a flipper and a liner lock. That's just my personal preference, so that's really not a negative to the knife. But everything works nice. You do have a small sharpening choil on it. Not a big one to get your finger down into, so you definitely want to watch that with it. This blade was nice and sharp on it. Flips open very good. And it's loosening up pretty good on that. Oops, that was me. But you can fling that open, drop that axis lock. So that's working real well on that. On this and the original one, the G10 grips, I never had problems with the grips at all. And it does have jimping on the back of the blade. And you do get a good grip with that. That's one thing I liked about the V1. I'm glad they carried that over to the V2 on it. So far, just like the V1, no hot spots in my hands. Everything is perfect where it's at. So, you know, for initial video, I'm going to say it's a thumbs up. Like I said, the only negative I got on it is I prefer the flipper with the liner lock, but that's just me, so that's not a real negative. So, once again, I would like to thank 704 Gear for sending this out to the channel. This will be my carry knife for the month of April 2025. So there will be a 1-month review on this knife. So you got that to look forward to. So like I said, I'm going to put the link to this down below. I'll put my Amazon affiliate link. And then I'm also an affiliate of 704 Gear. But as you guys know, that doesn't mean anything just because I'm affiliate. If anything happens with this, I will tell you guys about it. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to check the other links out down there. I got links to Axle Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear, 704 Hearing Protection also, and a bunch of other companies I like dealing with. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. Others are affiliate accounts that do help out the channel. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.